Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Aging Antidote. I'm so glad to have you here today. Now, I know it's not always easy to keep our homes in tip-top shape, especially as we get older, but I truly believe that the state of our living space has a huge impact on our mental health and overall happiness. A clean, organized home doesn't just look nice, it helps us feel more in control, more peaceful, and even healthier. Today, I'm going to share with you the 10 habits I've adopted over the years to keep my home immaculate. These little practices have made all the difference in how I feel, and I'm sure they can help you too. So let's dive right in. Declutter. Often one of the first habits I developed is decluttering regularly. I know it can be tempting to hold on to things, especially if they've been around for years or have sentimental value. But over time, clutter just builds up and creates unnecessary stress. Every couple of months, I go through each room and donate or throw away anything I no longer need. It's freeing, and it makes cleaning so much easier. Plus, it's easier to keep a space tidy when there's less stuff to manage. Decluttering has another benefit too. It creates space for new things to come into your life. Whether it's a new hobby, a new book you've been meaning to read, or just a new piece of decor that lifts your spirits. I also recommend being mindful of how we accumulate things over time. It's so easy to pick up things without realizing they're just adding to the clutter. By taking a more thoughtful approach to purchasing items, we can prevent clutter from taking over our homes in the first place. Additionally, decluttering creates a sense of freedom. Instead of feeling burdened by too many things, we feel lighter and more open to new experiences. It's not just about clearing out physical items, it's also about creating mental space. When our homes are clean and organized, our minds tend to be clearer and more focused, which can be incredibly beneficial for mental well-being. Make the bed. Every morning, making the bed may seem like a small thing, but it's one of the first tasks I tackle each day. It sets the tone for the rest of the day. When I walk into my bedroom and see a neat bed, I feel a sense of accomplishment right from the start. It makes the whole room look cleaner, and it only takes a few minutes. Plus, studies show that a tidy bedroom can lead to better sleep, so making the bed is a win for both my home and my mental health. There's something deeply comforting about coming back to a made bed at the end of a long day. It creates a sense of order, and order helps reduce feelings of chaos or anxiety. I think of making the bed as an act of self-care. It's one of the simplest things we can do, and it has such a big impact. It also teaches us the importance of creating small wins throughout the day. Making the bed is a small task, but it helps build momentum for the rest of the day. Plus, if we tackle a small task first thing in the morning, it often leads to feeling motivated to take on other tasks. Additionally, having a tidy and inviting bed makes it easier to wind down at the end of the day. I'm more likely to settle into bed peacefully when it's already neat and ready for me. The act of making the bed has a ripple effect on other areas of my life as well. It's all about creating routines that help keep things in order and contribute to a sense of peace. Clean as you go. I found that cleaning as you go is such a game changer, especially in the kitchen. When I'm cooking, I always make a point of wiping down counters, putting dishes in the dishwasher, and cleaning up spills immediately. It only takes a few extra minutes while you're already in the kitchen, and it prevents the mess from piling up and feeling overwhelming later. This habit has made cooking and meal prep so much more enjoyable. What I love about this habit is that it's efficient. I'm already in the kitchen, so I might as well do a little bit of cleaning while I'm cooking. It keeps things tidy and prevents the mess from building up to the point where it feels impossible to manage. Plus, it's so much nicer to sit down and eat when the kitchen is clean and organized. After all, who wants to look at dirty dishes or a cluttered counter when they're trying to enjoy a meal? This habit also makes cleaning up after meals a breeze. Instead of spending an hour doing dishes and wiping down counters, I've already done half the work as I cooked. It's a simple trick that saves so much time and effort. And on top 4, keep surfaces clear. I try to keep surfaces clear. Tables, counters, desks, you name it. When I see an empty space, it immediately looks tidier. This is one of the easiest habits to maintain and one of the most effective for keeping a room looking neat. I don't like to have things scattered around on tables. I prefer to store things away in drawers or cabinets. It's so much easier to keep things clean when there's nothing in the way. Surfaces are like magnets for clutter. Whether it's the kitchen table, a side table, or even the coffee table in the living room, surfaces can easily become a dumping ground for everything from mail to keys to magazines. By making it a habit to put things away right away, I prevent clutter from taking over. And when I walk into a room, the absence of clutter is so calming. It feels like a mental reset. Clear surfaces also make dusting and wiping down easier. If there's nothing on a table or counter, I can get in there with a rag or a cloth and clean everything in just a few minutes. It's all about creating a simple, low-maintenance environment that allows me to enjoy my space without having to do too much work. And keeping surfaces clear is one of the easiest ways to achieve that. Establish a cleaning routine. Having a cleaning routine is essential. I don't do everything in one go. Instead, I have set days for different chores. Mondays are for dusting, Tuesdays are for vacuuming, and so on. This way, cleaning doesn't feel overwhelming, and my home always stays in good shape. Having a routine is important for maintaining consistency, and it helps me stay on top of things without feeling like I'm constantly cleaning. The routine I've established is simple, but it works. Each day has a specific task, which helps break up the workload into manageable chunks. It keeps me from feeling like I need to deep clean the entire house all at once. For example, on Wednesdays, I focus on the bathrooms. I clean the sinks, mirrors, and toilets, and make sure the floors are swept and mopped. By dedicating a specific day to each area of the house, I keep everything clean without overloading myself. Having a routine also helps keep the house looking nice at all times. There's nothing worse than realizing a task hasn't been done in weeks. A routine prevents that from happening, and it makes cleaning feel less like a chore. It's just part of the rhythm of my week. And when my home is consistently clean, I feel more relaxed and at ease in my space. Focus on high-traffic areas. I've found that the high-traffic areas of my home need more attention than others. Places like the front door, hallway, kitchen, and living room tend to get the messiest, so I give them extra care. I vacuum these areas more frequently, wipe down surfaces, and make sure the floors are clean. It's amazing how just tidying these areas up can make the whole house feel so much cleaner. By focusing on high-traffic areas, I'm able to make the biggest impact in the least amount of time. These are the spaces that people see when they walk into your home, so keeping them tidy instantly boosts the overall look of your house. And because these areas are used most often, they're more prone to dirt and dust, so it's important to give them some extra attention. I also try to keep these areas as organized as possible. For example, in the hallway, I make sure there's a place to hang coats and store shoes. In the living room, I make sure the coffee table is free of clutter. It's all about maintaining a system that works for you, so your high-traffic areas are always ready for guests or family members to enjoy. What I love about this habit is that it's efficient. I'm already in the kitchen, so I might as well do a little bit of cleaning while I'm cooking. It keeps things tidy and prevents the mess from building up to the point where it feels impossible to manage. Plus, it's so much nicer to sit down and eat when the kitchen is clean and organized. After all, who wants to look at dirty dishes or a cluttered counter when they're trying to enjoy a meal? This habit also makes cleaning up after meals a breeze. Instead of spending an hour doing dishes and wiping down counters, I've already done half the work as I cooked. It's a simple trick that saves so much time and effort, and on top of that, it makes me feel like I'm staying in control of my space, which boosts my confidence and my mental well-being. There's nothing like the feeling of having a clean kitchen after a meal. 7. Take advantage of natural light. Let's face it, nothing makes a home feel cleaner than good lighting. I open the curtains and let natural light in as much as possible. Not only does it brighten up the space, but sunlight also helps to kill bacteria and refresh the air. It also lifts my mood. If there are dark corners or rooms in the house that feel a little stale, I'll try to add a brighter light source or maybe even bring in some plants for extra freshness. Natural light has such a positive impact on our health too. It boosts vitamin D levels, which is important for our bones and immune system. And let's not forget how it helps our mood. If you've ever felt down on a gloomy day, you know how much better it feels when the sun breaks through the clouds. I do my best to position my furniture in ways that take advantage of natural light. It makes everything look warmer and more inviting. It's important to remember that lighting affects more than just the aesthetic of a room. It affects how we feel when we're in that space. Bright, natural light can make even the smallest room feel bigger and more open. Plus, it creates an overall sense of wellness that's hard to beat. Do one big clean a week. While I do small tasks every day, I set aside time for a big clean once a week. This is when I tackle things like scrubbing the bathroom tiles, deep cleaning the floors, and washing the windows. Having a designated day for this helps me stay on top of it without feeling stressed about it. And after a good deep clean, my home feels fresh and rejuvenated. A weekly deep clean doesn't take long, and it gives me the peace of mind that everything is in its best possible condition. I find that this routine helps maintain the cleanliness of my home throughout the week. Without it, small messes tend to build up, and I'd end up spending more time cleaning during the week. Keeping that one day for a deep clean ensures my house stays sparkling. I also try to make deep cleaning a more enjoyable activity. I'll put on some music, maybe light a scented candle, and just focus on the task at hand. It's become a habit that I actually look forward to, and it's incredibly satisfying to see the results. After a deep clean, I feel proud of my space and can relax knowing it's in tip-top shape. 1,000 character mark high. Stay on top of laundry can be a never-ending task if it piles up, so I try to stay on top of it by doing small loads throughout the week. I also make it a habit to fold and put away clothes right after they come out of the dryer. That way, I don't have a mountain of laundry accumulating on the couch or bed. Keeping on top of laundry has been a huge time saver, and it keeps my home from feeling cluttered. The key is to avoid letting laundry build up. When I do a load of laundry each day or every couple of days, it's a manageable task that I can knock out quickly. I also find that when everything is folded and put away, my home feels much more organized. There's no need to spend hours every week trying to get through laundry if I stay consistent with small tasks. 10. Create habits that make you feel good. Finally, the most important habit I've developed is creating routines that make me feel good. If something feels like a chore, I'm less likely to stick with it. So, I make sure to incorporate habits that I enjoy. Whether it's listening to music while cleaning, lighting a candle, or taking a moment to admire my home after tidying up, I do things that make the process more enjoyable. When cleaning and organizing feel like part of my self-care routine, I'm more likely to keep up with it. And the best part is that when the house is neat, I feel better too. A clean home is a reflection of a happy, organized mind, and that's exactly the kind of environment I want to nurture. What I love about this habit is that it's efficient. I'm already in the kitchen, so I might as well do a little bit of cleaning while I'm cooking. It keeps things tidy and prevents the mess from building up to the point where it feels impossible to manage. Plus, it's so much nicer to sit down and eat when the kitchen is clean and organized. After all, who wants to look at dirty dishes or a cluttered counter when they're trying to enjoy a meal? This habit also makes cleaning up after meals a breeze. Instead of spending an hour doing dishes and wiping down counters, I've already done half the work as I cooked. It's a simple trick that saves so much time and effort. And on top of that, and that's it for today's video. I hope these 10 habits will help you keep your home feeling peaceful, organized, and most importantly, happy. Remember, a clean home is not just about appearance. It's about creating an environment that supports your mental and emotional well-being too. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on more tips for healthy, happy aging. And if you want even more great content like this, be sure to sign up for our Savvy Senior newsletter. There's always something new to help you live your best life. Leave a comment below and let me know which of these habits you're going to try first. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Aging Antidote.